What's going on, YouTube? We got some juicy MCU updates to get into today, so if you like a specific story, go ahead and click ahead in the chapters featured down below, and let's dive in. Tatiana Maslany gives us a She-Hulk Season 2 update. Sounds like it's canceled. Austin Abrams is now out as Sentry, and they're looking for a new Sentry yet again, and Vincent D'Onofrio gives us an update on Daredevil Born Again. Apparently, the MCU Netflix shows were not canon until the scrapping of Daredevil Born Again. Guys, we got a lot to get into, so let's get into it. First and foremost, let's start with this story with Tatiana Maslany. She appeared on a Twitch streaming show, Codenames Live, which is a game show on Nerd Incorrect Twitch channel, and the host asked, should we hope for a season 2? Tatiana Maslany said, and I quote, "I don't think so. I think we blew our budget," and Disney was like, no thanks. 25 million per episode was the reported budget, ballooning to an over 200 million budget. Just for perspective, that is the cost of a lot of MCU movies. Should they be spending that budget on another season of She-Hulk? Now, I really enjoyed She-Hulk Season 1, and I really liked the comedy. I thought it was super funny. I really liked Tatiana Maslany, as both Jen and She-Hulk. I really liked that character a lot, and the last episode had a open door for another season, but it just sounds like they're not quite committed to a Season 2 yet. We'll have to wait and see. The source, Tatiana Maslany herself. Next up, let's talk about Sentry, y'all. We're looking for a Sentry yet again. For months, rumors went around about Steven Yeun playing Sentry, and then Robert Kirkman basically confirmed it on YouTube when he openly said that he tried on the Sentry suit and told them about it. We were all very excited. Steven Yeun has been doing so many roles as of late, including the most recent in Netflix's Beef and Invincible. He has really got a lot of chops since his appearance on The Walking Dead, so what a cool casting that turned out to be. But unfortunately, Steven Yeun had to step back due to scheduling troubles, and now the offer went out to Austin Abrams, and according to insider Daniel RPK, unfortunately, Austin Abrams has turned down the offer. Now, nobody knows why, and there hasn't been a specific reason specified, but some people are speculating that maybe the workout plan was a little too much for him. Not entirely sure if that's true or not, but he turned down the role, so Marvel is looking for a Sentry yet again. Who are you guys thinking could be a good Sentry? Henry Cavill sounds like a lot of people's guess and want. I wouldn't mind having Henry Cavill, but I feel like it would be a little too on the nose to have Superman come over and play Sentry. Then again, this is Marvel's Superman. He has played Geralt. There's a lot of range there, so maybe they could work something out with Henry Cavill or another actor who could put on a lot of muscle and weight for this role, because let's be real, Sentry is a muscular powerhouse, and we need somebody who is going to break that door down. So we'll have to wait and see, and of course I'll bring you the update once we get the last cast member. So recently, the Marvel Netflix shows have become canonized, and Vincent D'Onofrio is giving us a much needed update on those shows. Vincent D'Onofrio sat down with the Hollywood Reporter and revealed that the Netflix Marvel shows were not going to be canon until Daredevil Born Again was scrapped. Now, originally there was some shakiness about whether or not these Netflix shows were going to be canon. Of course, they brought Daredevil over, and then there was a little bit of back and forth between it being all the way canon, some canon. There were also rumors going around about Foggy and Karen being killed off screen. Just some absurd things going on, but Marvel decided to do a whole creative overhaul on Daredevil Born Again, and recently they announced that the Marvel Netflix shows would be canon. So now that they're canonized, Vincent D'Onofrio is coming forward, and in this interview he says, and I quote, "During our restart of all the creative on Daredevil Born Again, all the creatives got together and said, look, this is how we've got to do it now. So we are for sure only speaking about it in terms of being directly connected to the original Daredevil, and that's a great thing. It brings in a lot of cool stories and all the collateral story that happened in those original 3 seasons." He's also particularly excited to be working with Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead, who directed Moon Knight and Loki. Great directors, great people to be involved, and I know that he's a huge fan of them. He says in this quote that, "I'm a huge fan of those guys, and I talk to them all the time now. When I heard that they were joining Born Again, I was like, okay, not only are they switching things up, but the bosses are doing the right thing for us. They've given us their hottest talent, and that's pretty cool." And y'all, I'm very excited for this update, but some people's biggest criticism about Kingpin in both Echo and Hawkeye is that he's not quite like the Netflix version of Kingpin, so maybe this next version will satisfy the hunger for Kingpin that people seem to still have. Though, I really liked Kingpin in Echo. Hawkeye, I could see why. I mean, he was barely on screen anyway, but I really liked him in Echo and thought he was just as ferocious. I mean, the guy kicked a dude on the sidewalk, so I think he was quite ferocious. But you guys gotta let me know. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below for news updates on the MCU, DCU, and more movie news, guys, and we'll see you next time. on Geekly Goods.